Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are watching the station identification of one of Wayland City's resident YouTubers. Live in the basement. This is not MTV's remote control. And he is not Ken Ober. God rest Ken Ober's soul. This is WEML-TV, Channel 77. And now here's your host, New Bedford, Massachusetts' own, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Praise the Lord, God is good, God is great, and Jesus is alive and well. Hello, everyone. Call a familiar face. Call all the folks you know, from your family, relatives, to friends and enemies and frenemies, teammates, boyfriends, girlfriends, compadres, amigos, comrades. Call everyone that you know, okay? And tell them that your boy's doing his YouTube CBS station identification. CBS, not the pharmacy, but channel vlog show. It's known as WEML-TV Channel 77. I am the host of the show. All right, where there's ordinary and there's me, Eric Lima. What's going on? It is 3:39 p.m. October the 8th, 2021, a lovely Friday afternoon. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you what, it's still warm out. Strangely warm out. So it's sort of feel like more springy than fall. You know what I mean? But, it'll be a matter of time. And at least our T-shirts, we don't have to put our T-shirts away. We'll put our hoodies over it. Well, at least the shorts and swimsuits have been put away. I'm going to do some random ranting and raving on my own, It's like a subdivision of the Rant-N-Rave podcast I'm in a part of. I made an error on the podcast last night. I figured, I'll let you guys know. I thought that the whole thing, like Vogue magazine, with Beyonce says, talking about her daughter Blue watching wrestling, and they like Naomi, and they believe she's a strong role model for black women. Unfortunately, that article, that the whole information, whoever did that, is false. I mean, to me, I'm very disgusted in that, and I will tell you why. Because you spread lies like that, you get someone's hope up. Like, Naomi is one of the best wrestlers out there, and in the WWE, one of the best superstars in the women's division, and for someone to use claim that an article on Vogue said, Beyonce and Blue like wrestling and they like Naomi. I mean, for you to spread rumors like that about Beyonce and Blue watching wrestling and liking Naomi, and all of a sudden find out the story. I thought the story was legit, and I found out it was a fake. I mean, I was not very happy about that, because we could use more celebrities who look to say that, these wrestlers are great role models, and Beyonce is the biggest recording, one of the biggest, probably if not the biggest recording artist in music today. And to people do that, include her and her daughter in a lie that they claim to watch wrestling and they like Naomi, and that would have boosted Naomi's spirits up. That would have given her confidence and all. But all this is based off a lie. I mean, this is disgusting. It's disrespected all three of them for it. I mean, I like to see wrestlers really hear about celebrities really genuine. Oh, I like this wrestler because of this. There's people that like John Cena, in Hollywood, because he's really cool. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, come on, everybody loves him, But for someone to do a fake article, and I was not very happy about that. I was kind of hoping that it was real. That would be really cool, because that would help put Naomi over, and this would have been an opportunity to do so. But to find out that story was fake, I really don't. I cannot believe it. I just am very ticked off about that. Another thing I'm not very happy about is this whole TikTok challenge of slapping a teacher. I mean, it's ridiculous. Whoever the meatheaded moron that came up with this idea should be in jail for encouraging kids to disrespect the people in authority, the people that are teaching them. Like, what's next? Slap a parent challenge? Heaven forbid. I'm not going to take up that challenge. No way. I'm too old to do crazy and stupid things that these young kids do nowadays. This is not MTV's Jackass. People tell you in these stunts, people say in these stunts, disclaimer before the episode airs, do not try this at home. But you got kids out there that do this stuff, and then I think once a lot of us kids got older, we got wiser, and it just disgusts me that, this young generation, this young generation decides, well, can we do whatever we want? Excuse me. Man, sorry about that, folks. This young generation really, really hurts, because when I was brought up to respect authority, no matter what, regardless, I would, even though there's some people in authority that should not be in authority, they do things, they tell you to do things you don't want to do, And I've been brought up to respect my parents, to show, say Mr. and Mrs., thank you. Yes, sir, no, sir, thank you, And I get spanked when I was little, and then I grew up and got punished from activities and stuff. And that's how I learn a lot, Now, before all you young kids out there saying, all the younger generation, I should say, the younger generation out there yell, oh, they're punishing you from having a life. No, there's a reason. There's a reason for everything that goes on in my life. It's like, not a lot of people understand where I come from and what I was brought up on. But, forgive me, my eyes are a little... But, but the slapping the teacher thing is not cool. It's not... That shouldn't be... TikTok should be used to entertain people. Slapping people and playing games like Knockout, when you punch a random stranger, not cool. It's not entertaining. It's disrespecting not only the person, but that person's family as well. Doing the slap a teacher teacher challenge thing is disrespecting the teacher and that person's family. I'm sorry. And that should not be, David C. Dennis, who talked about this, got so upset. Oh, man, I don't know what's with his eye here. Yeah, he wanted to go down to the TikTok headquarters and just destroy the whole thing. But I think TikTok should be used for good. But, and do impersonation and comedy and just, music and having fun. But doing stupid stuff like slapping a teacher, I don't like it at all. I really don't. And I think this younger generation needs to learn how to live the good life without doing all the stupid stuff and stunts and events. I mean, I'm not here to shove I'm not here to shove my old school ways down anyone's throat. I want to help set an example for the younger generation of how I live my life. Listen, my life's not the most perfect life in the universe. I'm not the most perfect person in the universe. Yeah, I am a born-again Christian. Yeah, I know the Lord Jesus Christ died on the cross for me. And I believe that for my sins, But am I perfect? Heck no, I'm not perfect. Am I better than anyone else? Heck no, I'm not better than anybody else. And whoever thinks they're better than everyone else because they're a Christian, I call them MJF Christians. Don't be an MJF Christian. I'm better than you and you know it. No, don't be like that. Just say, hey, listen, I may be a Christian, but I'm not perfect, and I'm not here to shove my beliefs down anyone's throats either. I'm here to entertain you guys and have a great time. Is that, things like this, like the slap the teacher thing, bothers me. What's next? Slap your pastor? Slap your grandmother? I don't. I mean, what's next? How about be respectful to your parents challenge? How about be respectful to your teachers and your authority challenge? How about hug an elderly person challenge or something like that, or be kind to everyone challenge? Instead of slap a teacher, really. I mean, it really makes me want to hit my head and want to run into a wall and scream, or stick my head in the freezer and scream real loud, like on Pee-wee's Playhouse or something like that. Every time somebody says a secret word. But hey, I gotta tell you, it's nuts. It's nuts, and that's why I don't like. Oh, let's do this for YouTube. Hey, slap Mrs. So-and-so. I'll probably look at that person and I said, why don't you just lay off the weed and sit down, son, before you get slapped into the principal's office. That's what I would have said. Sheepus. I mean, come on. Seriously, slap a teacher challenge? Really? Ay. Guys, we got to behave better, man. We got to do better. We got to be better people, man. We can't be just going around slapping people because, oh, it's funny. But you know who you should slap? The Yankees, man. New York Yankees management. Let me tell you something, man. Listen, I'm a baseball fan. All right? Let's go. That's another thing I want to rant and rave about. I'm a baseball fan. All right? I am a true blue Red Sox fan. But when it comes to the Yankees, I'll tell you, here's what's amazing about the Yankees, okay? Here's a little factoid I think you guys should know. I'm sure everybody knows this by now. Yankees probably spent about let's go, okay? Since the beginning of the 21st century, since the beginning of the new millennium, okay? The Yankees, since it's about 2001 up until 2021, for the past 20 years, all right? The Yankees, and this is since the beginning of the millennium, the Yankees spent approximately $2 billion. $2 billion on players alone, okay? Nearly $2 billion. And what do they got to show for it? A lot of division titles. 3 World Series appearances, but the most important number that realize what they have to show for it, 1. But all those 20 years and all that money spent on players, nearly $2 billion, only one World Series championship among that. All right. Now, here's another factoid for you. The Red Sox spent about half or even a quarter of that $2 million of the $2 million. Spent either half that $2 million or even a quarter of the $2 billion, a quarter of that amount, and they have 4 World Series titles. Let's go with the New England Patriots. The Patriots probably did the same thing like the Red Sox did. Spent half of the $2 billion. Better yet, probably a quarter of that $2 billion. And yet, how many Super Bowl rings they have? 6. 6 rings. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? I'll tell you what that tells you. That tells you that money does not buy championships. I mean, the Yankees, yeah, they made it to the World Series in 2001 and 2003, but they didn't win. 2001, it was the Diamondbacks that defeated them in 7 games. The Marlins, in 2003, defeated them in 6 games. And against the Red Sox, they've been 1-8. All right, they lost the 4 games in the 2004 ALCS. They lost 3 of the 4 games in the divisional series against the Yankees a few years ago. 3 years ago, to be precise. They only won 1 game, though. So, it is amazing. The Yankees have all that money. All that stinking money. And yet, only 1 World Series so far to show for it. To all you Yankee fans out there, I gotta say this to you. You guys better tell Yankee management to do something. Now, the Yankee teams back in the 90s, mid-90s, mid to late 90s, they would have had some great teams. The reason why? They have the majority of the core team that won those championships were homegrown players that went through the Yankee system, like Derek Jeter, Andy Pettitte, Bernie Williams, Jorge Posada, Mariano Rivera. These five, I call them the five horsemen of the Yankees. All others were like David Wells, Roger Clemens, Wade Boggs, baseball legends that never won a World Series ring. They want to win one. They believe the Yankees to do it, and they combine that with that talent, and boom, they won 96, 98, 99, 2000, 4 World Series in the late 90s. Into 2004. They could have had 29 World Series rings if they had beaten the Diamondbacks and the Marlins, but that didn't happen. What amazes me is how they spent about $2 billion, a little over $2 billion for the past 20 years on players alone. Basically, A-Rod and Garrett Cole make up for $600 million of that billion. Probably $1 billion, probably $2 billion. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it seems like the Yankees spent a whole buttload of money and only won World Series for the past 20 years to show for it. Forget all those other championships that happened in the 20th century. All right, let's talk about this 21st century. So far, the Red Sox have won world championships in this century, in this decade, in this century alone. In this new millennium alone than any other team in the major leagues right now. That's mind-blowing. I mean, all those other now the Patriots done the same are the same thing, but the Steelers probably won all theirs. Probably won one of those championships in this time period as well. But it shows that you spent all that money and they're all gonna listen. Garrett Cole, all right. Garrett Cole was a great pitcher for the Pirates. The dude has been paid $324 million. I think it was a 6-year contract, I believe. And the dude could not beat the Red Sox this past Tuesday. Gave up 2 homers in that game. Kyle Schwarber has been his nemesis since the National League, and Rafael Devers is a monster on a mission, for goodness sakes. I mean, you think about it. I mean, it's crazy, I was like, they spent all that money. I said some didn't work. Like Jacoby Ellsbury, they sent him over $100 million after Let's Leave Boston. How'd that work out for him? Should have stayed in Boston. Could have thrived in Boston. Nah, he wants to go to New York. Dude should have stayed in Boston. But you know what? Red Sox were pretty smart with their money in winning 4 World Series titles. Now, I don't know if they're going to beat the Rays. They lost last night to the Rays. I really don't know if they'll be able to beat the Rays. But if they do, great. Praise God. They move on to the ALCS. But the Rays have been playing tough on the Red Sox all season long. They have been playing great baseball all season long. And you know what? And so has possibly the Milwaukee Brewers. I got to check the MLB.com tournament bracket here. I want to see. So, Astros are leading. And, okay. Yeah, the Brewers and Braves, game 1. It's the Brewers and Braves, Dodgers and Giants. Yeah, no sticky stuff. Yeah, 24 million bucks. You know, I just, and then and just unbelievable. Yeah, only lasted 2 innings in that game. 3 runs, 4 hits, power home runs. You know, just I'm just you know I I'm just it's just uh I really don't know. I think the Yankees need to go back to the basics of how they were successful in winning a championship. That's for sure. So a little bit of this is episode 617. A little bit of random ranting and raving. I call it R3 in. All right, hitting the R3. That's what I call it. I call it random ranting and raving, and that's what I did. So I do apologize, but I figured, with everything going on, I figured I want to talk about what's going on. So that probably a new segment of mine. That'll be great. I will see you guys later. Episode 618 will be hopefully. We still got SmackDown tonight. We got AEW Rampage 205 live. SmackDown 205 live and AEW Rampage. A lot going on. All right. I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. And until next episode, peace, love, and bless out.